Hi Sagittarius. Welcome to your May 2019 astrology and tarot reading. Welcome back to the channel if you're regular here, and if you're new, please subscribe. It would be great to have you. So Sagittarius, this is the worker month. It is 6th house, service energy personified. So I know that initially sounds kind of dull, but if we think about it, our routine shapes the way we exist. You know, the choices that we make on a day-to-day basis do determine the results further down the line. So Sagittarius isn't necessarily a creature of habit. You are a mutable sign, and you do have the ability to go with the flow and shoot your arrows off into the distance and follow them. And then when you find the arrow, you shoot it again. But it might be worth thinking a little bit more about what small changes you could implement in any area of your life, be it work, be it relationships, be it, your relationship with yourself, for example. And it's a funny time for Sagittarians because we just had Aries season, and Aries season can feel a little excessive at times for Sagittarius people. It can feel like emotions are heightened in a good way. It can be a very exciting season. It can be very playful and creative in many ways. But a lot of Sagittarians that I know kind of in that season went through a period of introspection at what was maybe lacking in those areas. Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes when you get a really romantic time, a really creative time, and maybe you're not entirely happy with where you are, it comes as a period of reassessment. So that's just the thing about astrology. The same way that the full moon can sometimes, those Libra full moons caused a lot of shifts in people's relationships. So I guess that's what I'm getting at. For some of you, it might have meant make or break, or it might have been a time of great joy. It kind of depends, because everyone's situation's different and everyone's journey is different, and it can just pinpoint where the changes may lie. So this month, it's really about getting back on track with being a bit more productive and having little goals. And with Saturn and Pluto both retrograding in your financial sector, but Jupiter also retrograding in your sign, it is kind of this period of reassessment, and that can feel a little bit overwhelming. So although Sagittarius, sometimes your default can be to go out and find something else to fulfill that void, it's really worth starting kind of small and building up to that in a change, a sustainable change kind of way. So I know that 6th house energy for Sagittarius can seem like the most boring thing in the world, but it's actually not. There is a full moon as well in Scorpio, and that is going to illuminate your 12th house. So full moons in the 12th can feel very intense. They can feel very overwhelming. And sometimes they're not, because as a Scorpio, I had 2 full moons in Libra there. Whenever you're dealing with this as well, for full moons, it is worth watching your moon sign, because they can be a bit more accurate. I think you're trying to process a few things at the moment and get to grips with what's going on, because the changes coming in from those full moons are intense, and the Scorpio full moon will illuminate some psychological stuff that you maybe thought you dealt with and you hadn't, because we are a process. That's where the 6th house kind of comes into play, because if we have a routine, we can sort of get to grips with it. So 7 of Pentacles, the Star, the Page of Pentacles, the 8 of Wands, and the 9 of Cups. Nice. The Queen of Swords is underneath. So what's with this 9 of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles? Sorry, but I don't leave them on court cards because I always find them a little bit too ambiguous if you do. So someone's giving you an offer. Something or someone is coming in with some kind of offer. It can be an earth sign. It could be an air sign. I get the impression that somebody's giving you what you want. And this is interesting, because I'm thinking about the Pentacles energy, and that fits in so perfectly with the 6th house. Seeing how far you've come. The 8 of Wands means that nothing is necessarily moving as quickly as you'd like it to. It can also mean that something happened too quickly. There was too swift a decision. Things changed too quickly, and you're a little bit overwhelmed with that. But the Page of Pentacles means that some kind of offer is coming in to suit you, because there's more than one person here offering you a pentacle. There's actually 3. Do you see that? Page of Pentacles, he's offering a pentacle, the Knight's offering you one, and then the Ace of Pentacles, it's just coming out of the air. So you're being offered something, and I get the impression you refuse it the first time but not the second. There's an element of wish fulfillment that was very similar to the Scorpio reading Sagittarius. So, Queen of Swords here, you might have a moon or rising in an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, or you could be dealing with an air sign. You may be coming across as kind of cold. When somebody offers you something the first time, you might come across as cold. You might be a little bit hesitant to do so. And the great thing about Taurus season, it means that we can reflect on our our security, of our stability. It's very, very good for sowing new seeds. That new moon in Taurus on the 4th is a great time to manifest new job, new work, new routine. In fact, for a lot of you, it seems to be a new job or a new job opportunity within yours. The Knight of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles can sometimes represent self-employment. So some of you might be crossing that milestone and really branching out into that. The 9 of Cups means you're getting something that you want. The difference is with the 9 of Cups, sometimes it can feel as though something is missing. And instead of that last cup, you seem to get a pentacle, which isn't a bad thing because it means there's something to work towards. It means that you're not just like, oh, where do I go from here? Because when you reach a milestone or when you reach a significant achievement, oftentimes there can be a period of elation and then there can sometimes be a bit of a low. And when you get into that low, you're instantly chasing on to something else. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that the good things are going to keep on coming in terms of offers, but you need to remain in a space of appreciation when it happens. And I know that a lot of people will say, I'm not being offered anything or whatever, but it is the 2nd of May. This is a May reading, it goes right up until the 31st. So just bear that in mind. The Page of Swords to me seems to mark Gemini season when we go into your partnership zone. So when we go into your partnership zone, there seems to be another offer. So I feel like there's 2 this month. I think one of them is something you've been wishing for a very long time. For some reason, it's kind of given me that vibe that it's something that you've really wanted that's been very slow in coming forward, something that's not really taken off the ground. And I get the impression that that's happened for a reason, because the Page of Pentacles here, so you could be dealing with an earth sign for sure. The Page of Pentacles here is saying that what comes too quickly could go just as quickly. He's opposing this 8 of Wands narrative here. And that is sometimes when it comes in too quick and it's too easy, it goes out just as quick. Easy come, easy go. You've waited for something and you will see why you've had to wait for this or why there had to be a challenge put in place. Because perhaps your appreciation, perhaps your warmth wasn't there towards whatever this was. Perhaps you weren't really, you were always waiting for something else. You never quite felt fulfilled. And maybe, Sagittarius, there's somebody in your life that felt as though you were never happy, so you couldn't have been happy with them. Do you know what I'm saying? There's that kind of thought process. So I'm going to draw some animal spirit cards here and give a little look at what's going on for you. The unicorn, lovely. The unicorn and the buffalo and the owl. Okay. The unicorn is when you believe things are too good to be true. So it makes perfect sense with the 9 of Cups here that you're suspicious of something that happens for you this month. You're kind of second guessing it and maybe just seeing it as a fleeting opportunity. You're not really feeling that secure in it. You may be surprised at the longevity of this thing that you're doubting though. The unicorn is a once in a lifetime type opportunity, so you have to go with it. It does exist, it can happen. I'm not saying necessarily that a unicorn exists, but I mean something represented by the unicorn. Just in case you're wondering if I'm thinking I've seen one. I haven't. I've dressed up as one on many of an occasion. Now the buffalo has that balance of practicality and spirituality. So seeing things as an opportunity, but also feeling grateful for them and feeling connected with them as though it's all happening for a reason. There's the kind of sense, there's the kind of need to trust the process is what the buffalo says, because he kind of knows things are all connected. He knows they're happening for a reason and that life is a gift, and he trusts and he's He's happy. When he's out of balance, it actually says in the book he lacks gratitude. So you have to be more grateful for the things that you're being offered. I get the impression someone's making an offer and you might mess it up the first time by being ungrateful. So just, you can counteract that. You know, you can counteract that by being appreciative of this opportunity. The owl has this lovely mysterious vibe, you know. It's a very good omen that something, it's a spiritual or material gift, or in the book they describe it as a boon. And that's what the Ace of Pentacles is. It's that gift, especially with the Nine of Cups. You're being offered something really exciting, something like a treasure. You're being offered something for sure. This reading couldn't be any more like an offer that's long overdue, or an opportunity that's long overdue. And I think you're fearful of it at first, Sagittarius. I think you're kind of worried that it won't turn out the way that you want it to. It's almost as if you kind of gave up on something before it got a chance. And there's also this kind of, I don't know, maybe it's your ruler going retrograde in your sign, but it's almost like you suddenly become a little bit more pessimistic towards it occurring. And it's kind of as though the moment that you switch off and just think, whatever, you drop that resistance, you drop that pressure, it's almost as if something happens and you're presented with this treasure. One thing that I will say is that when Mercury goes into Taurus, don't be afraid of showing your enthusiasm. Don't be afraid of showing that you're happy about something, or that you're enjoying something, or that people are saying something that you want to hear, or that you like somebody. You know, don't be afraid of showing enthusiasm, because with the Page of Swords, it's almost as though you get this offer and it's really exciting and it's really good, and you sort of shut it down with this one, like, okay. You know, you kind of come across as apathetic. Don't do that. Be excited. Because this is something with, yes, it appears very exciting and wish fulfilled and all that lovely stuff with the Nine of Cups and the Unicorn card, but it's practical. It has something in it. And to be honest, with the planets and stars being the way they are, May is a really good month, and it is a wonderful time to start something new, begin something new, because there's all this lovely Taurian stable energy, and it has a lovely effect on the world in general in May. So it would be a wonderful time to accept these gifts gracefully, gratefully, and, you know, enjoy them for what they are, because you will like them. It could be an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, it could be air, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, whatever it is. It can be water, it can be fire, you know, all that stuff. I just think you would be mad to miss this, whatever it is. So whether it's something has disappointed you and you're feeling like everything's happened too slowly and you're not trusting the process, whatever it is, take the pentacle. Because even if it's not all immediate, it doesn't mean that it's not genuine. Okay, Sagittarius? So I'm kind of running out of things to say on this for you. I feel like it's all very one-dimensional. It's like maybe it's slow, but it's a great opportunity. I don't know. I think you guys are going to have something really lovely offered to you this month. And as I said, if you're saying, no, nothing's being offered to me, as I'm filming this, it is only the 2nd of May. So keep tight, keep the faith, enjoy this month, and I'll talk to you guys in the next set. Bye.